Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Before starting my video, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do, and do not forget to turn on notifications as I'm sharing everyday great contents for you. Alright guys, in this video we will continue with the Razor usage in our CSHTML files. I mentioned about in our previous lesson how to use our razors, but in this lesson I'm going to show you a little bit more deeply, and they will enough for you while you developing beginner and intermediate level your project. Alright, before lesson I create a controller which is a razor controller, and I gave an action method name razor lessons, and I created a view and it's ready to go now. Okay, now let's go through step by step these subjects. So what is the razor? Alright guys, I mentioned about it before, and in HTML file, HTML project, you cannot add any type of C# code in the file. But in this CSHTML file, we are allowed to use our C# codes. And we able to do that thanks to Razor technology. With this Razor technology, we can add our C# codes in our CSHTML file, and it will work, how can I say, backend side on the server side. Alright, so we can say here, it is allow us to add C# codes in our HTML files, and it becomes a CSHTML file which is unique for ASP.NET Core. Perfect. Let's continue how to make a command line. As you can see, I'm using @ and star and @ to make a command line. For example, let's add something here, the random text, select all of them. I'm selecting make a command. You can do manually as well. Alright, star and @. As you can see, this is how we adding um, a command line. And I feel like you are asking, what about if we use HTML command line? Even if you use HTML command line, if you put your @ here, Razor is still active. Let's add something. Let's add our scope, sorry. Let's add our scope. As you can see, the color is different, and we are able to add our code in this section. Let's say var x equal something. So to make command line, you have to use star and @. This tag only make command line if you are using just HTML codes, but this razor text make all of them. Alright. Okay, let's continue with the how can we add C# code in CSHTML file. Okay, let's add now. Using @, open a scope and close a scope. I mean curly brackets. Obviously, you just need to create a scope, alright? Just add your codes here. Let's say string test equal. We are using Razor technology. Alright, perfect. Let's add another, for example, let's say if block text dot, oops, sorry, it is test dot length bigger than 5, then where's my curly bracket, console right line, console right line, it is bigger than 5. Let's say else. As you can see, in this curly brackets, in the scope, we're able to write our whole codes. The main thing is this @ cover all these codes located in the scopes. That's all. Okay, let's complete this. Let's say it's not bigger than 5. Perfect. Would you like to see the result, what we have in our hands? Let's have a look quickly. Where is my Vivint browser? We don't have. Yep. Okay. Let's have a look our console. As you can see, it is bigger than 5 because we write to the console. Perfect. All right. Let's continue with the other subject. How can we add C# code inside? We already done it, right? I tapped this 2 times. Okay, let's delete it. Did I miss something else? Oh, all right. Scope and partial scope. Yeah, perfect. I just add an extra same line. So this is how we add C# code in our CSHTML file. What if I add another scope here? So now I'm going to use partial scope usage. Alright. I open another scope. If I try to reach string test variable from another scope, can I do that? Let's have a look. As you can see, we reach test variable equal. Here we go. Perfect. So let me explain how it's possible. Let's open our screen pen. Let's consider this is our code flow. Alright. Once you open and close your scopes, partial ones, okay. For example, 2 or 3 times, you open a scope. Both of them, all of them are partial scopes. Alright, guys. Let's add a sign here. Oops, sorry. Perfect. Okay. When it comes to the compiler in the runtime, sorry, when it comes to runtime, C# um, bring them together. Alright, guys, bring the all codes together, and they all work is just like one scope, like this. So it doesn't mean you won't able to reach the other codes if you using partial scope. You able to do that. Don't forget while you are creating your own projects, right? Let's clear that screen. Perfect. Let's continue with the one-line codes. If you do a single math operations or if you would like to use the ternary operators, you can use one-line codes with the normal brackets instead of curly brackets. But you can try every type of codes if it's working in with the just brackets. Just for example, I was wonder, is it going to work if I define a variable int numbers equal 5? As you can see, it's not working. I always trying, is it working or not? But if you say 5 plus 6, as you can see, no issues found. Let's see the results, if it's working or not. As you can see, the result is 11. Okay, what if I try to reach the a variable? Let's type here. As you can see, here we go. But if you're using just one variable, it belongs to this title, one word codes. We will come to that. Okay, let's try to use a ternary operations because it is a one-line code. Um, we can say it's a one-line code, right? For example, 66 mod 5 equal 8. Say yes. If it's not, no. It's a basic. Let's see the result. Probably going to get no. As you can see, it is working. So this is how we use in one-line codes, guys. If you're going to use just one word codes, like if you would like to call test variable, or if you would like to, how can I say, call an action, like as you can see, it is working, right? Perfect. Let's keep the test here. Usage with blocks. What does that mean? As you can see, our previous example, once we use add, we are opening and closing a scope, right? So which structure has scopes on scopes in C Sharp? If, while, try catch, they all own their scopes, right? So if you're using this kind of scopes, you don't need to open an extra scope. Just put an if, and as you can see, these scopes belongs to if, and if belong this razor tag. This is same for the while as well. As you can see, scopes belong to while belong to razor tag. Same as try catch. As you can see, these scopes, all scopes belong to try, and try belong to this razor tag. Perfect. I assume you understand how we able to use C# codes in CSHTML files. You got the logic and everything, and these informations will be enough when you trying to create your beginner and intermediate level projects. But I can confidently say you, it's going to develop when you try to new codes and while you're trying to new type of commands in CSHTML files, guys. Alright, I'm going to finish this lesson here. I'm just thinking, is there anything did I miss to tell you? Um, we talk about the loops, we talk about the one line and one word codes, partial scope usage, how to make command line. Alright, another thing, how we able to use, how can we use these razor codes, I mean C# codes with the HTML codes. Okay, I'm gonna open another um, subject here. Okay, how we can use HTML codes with C# codes. Alright, let's add a hashbit tag here so we can add one word, for example, code test, right? Okay, perfect. It is working. What if, so it means we can use our C# codes between HTML tags. What if I would like to use the HTML codes in our razor tag? Let's try this one as well. At, or let's say if if true, for example, let's say hash1 tag. Let's bring, or I'm gonna add a math logic, or I'm going to use the ternary operators. Let's copy this section. All right, not you. Oops, I couldn't copy, I guess. Let's copy. Perfect. Not you. Not you. guess I delete it. H1 tag. Where is our scope? Is there any problem here? Yep. Alright. I just messed everything while I was trying to copy and paste. Okay. I create a scope using if block and I add an hash1 tag in my scopes, and I add another logic using another tag in HTML file. This is how we're able to use HTML codes and C# codes together, guys. Alright, I'm going to finish this lesson here. If you have any questions, do not forget to drop comment below the video. If you crush the like button, I will be really appreciated. Take care of yourself. See you on next lesson. Bye bye.